Good morning, students. How are you? I think you all are happy at home. Shall we start the lesson? Okay. Before we go to today's class, we will recall what we learned in the previous class. Okay, last class we studied about types of immunity. What are the two types of immunity? Innate immunity and acquired immunity. Innate immunity means inborn immunity. Acquired immunity means adaptive immunity. Okay. Acquired immunity again classified into two types, active and passive immunity. Okay. Then immune responses. Immune responses has two major types. One is primary responses and other one is secondary responses. Okay, my dear. Today let us discuss about the topic lymphoid organs. Okay, what is the today's topic? Lymphoid organs. Organs where lymphocytes originate, proliferate and get matured are known as lymphoid organs. Okay, what is the meaning of lymphoid organs? Organs where lymphocytes originate. Here, what is the meaning of originate? Where the cells are formed. That place is called originate. And the next one is proliferate. What is the meaning of proliferate? Rapid increase in the number of cells. Okay, once again, what is the meaning of proliferate? Rapid increase in the number of cells. And get matured are known as lymphoid organs. Okay, lymphoid organs again classified into two types. One is primary lymphoid organs and other one is secondary lymphoid organs. Primary lymphoid organs, otherwise called central lymphoid organs. Secondary lymphoid organs, otherwise called peripheral lymphoid organs. Okay, what are the two types of lymphoid organs? Primary lymphoid organs and secondary lymphoid organs. Okay, next, primary lymphoid organs. Okay, in primary lymphoid organs, immature lymphocytes differentiate to mature antigen sensitive lymphocytes, and after maturation lymphocytes migrate to secondary lymphoid organs. Okay, here the primary lymphoid organs first immature in condition. Afterwards, what will happen? The immature lymphocytes react with sensitive lymphocytes. Okay, after reaction, it will change into maturated lymphocytes. The maturated lymphocytes migrate to form secondary lymphoid organs. Okay, simply we can say formation and maturation. Okay, formation and maturation of lymphoid organs. Two types of lymphoid organs present in our body. One is bone marrow and other one is thymus. Okay, what are the two types of lymphoid organs present in our body? Bone marrow and thymus. Okay, first, bone marrow. It is the main lymphoid organ where all the blood cells including lymphocytes are produced. Okay, here it is the main lymphoid organ. In this part, all the blood cells are produced with the help of what? The lymphoid organs. Okay, here blood cells means what? WBC cells, RBC cells, blood thrombocytes coming under this category. It is the site of B lymphocytes maturation. Okay, it is mainly useful for B lymphocytes maturation. Here B means bone marrow. Okay, what is the meaning of B? B means bone marrow lymphocytes. Okay, and the next one is thymus. It is a lobed organ located near the heart and beneath the breastbone. Okay, where it is located near the heart and beneath the breastbone. It is larger at the time of birth. Okay, when the persons are very small, it is larger in size. Then what will happen? When they are growing, automatically it will reduces in their size and form adipose tissue. Okay, and form what type of tissue? Adipose tissue. And the next, structure. Okay, here the structure is the very important part of thymus. The thymus consists of a lot of lobules. Okay, lobules divided with the help of septa. Okay, here you can see the picture. Here lot of lobules are present. These lobules divided with the help of septa. Okay, mainly it consists of two compartments. One is outer compartment and other one is inner compartment. The outer compartment is called cortex and the inner compartment is called medulla. Okay, how many compartments are present in the thymus? Two compartments. One is outer cortex and other one is inner medulla. Okay, it secretes a hormone called thymosin. Okay, which hormone? It secretes thymosin. Okay, both bone marrow and thymus provide microenvironments for the development and maturation of T lymphocytes. Okay, bone marrow and thymus involved in the development of T lymphocytes. Here T means thymus. Okay, here T means what? Thymus. So bone marrow and thymus responsible for the development of T lymphocytes. Okay, and the next one is secondary lymphoid organs. And the next one is what? Secondary lymphoid organs. The secondary lymphoid organs provide the sites for interaction of lymphocytes with the antigen, which then proliferate to become effector cells. Okay, the secondary lymphoid organs provide the sites for interaction of lymphocytes. Okay, it is easy to interact with the lymphocytes with the help of antigen. Here, what is the meaning of antigen? Foreign molecules are called antigen. So, secondary lymphoid organs easily interact with lymphocytes and foreign molecules. After interaction, what will happen? It can proliferate to become effector cells. Already I told what is the meaning of proliferation? Rapid increase in the number of cells. Okay. Lot of secondary lymphoid organs are present in our body. They are spleen, lymph nodes, malt, tonsils, Peyer's patches of small intestine and appendix. Okay, what are the secondary lymphoid organs are present in our body? Spleen, lymph nodes, malt, tonsils, Peyer's patches of small intestine and appendix. Okay, here what is the full form of malt? Mucus associated lymphoid tissue is called malt. Okay, once again, what is the full form of malt? Mucus associated lymphoid tissue is called malt. Okay, look at this picture. Here this side primary lymphoid organs are present. Okay, this side secondary lymphoid organs are present. Okay, primary lymphoid organs are thymus and bone marrow. Secondary lymphoid organs are lymph nodes, spleen, Peyer's patches in the small intestine and lymph nodes. Okay, once again, lymph nodes, spleen, Peyer's patches in small intestine and lymph nodes. Okay, and the next, spleen. It is a large bean-shaped organ. Okay, it is a large bean-shaped organ. It mainly contains lymphocytes and phagocytes. Here you can see this part. Okay, lot of lymphocytes are present. At the same time, this part phagocytes also present. Here, what is the meaning of lymphocytes? Lymphocytes means small leukocytes. Okay, what is the meaning of leukocytes? WBC cells are called leukocytes. So, lymphocytes means a part of WBC cells. Okay, once again, what is the meaning of lymphocytes? A part of WBC cells. Next, what is the meaning of phagocytes? Phagocytes means it is a type of cells capable of engulfing and absorbing bacteria. Okay, It is a type of cells capable of engulfing and absorbing bacteria. Okay, simply we can say cell eating cells. Okay, what is the other name? Cell eating cells. Okay, next, functions of spleen. It acts as a filter of the body by trapping blood-borne microorganisms. Okay, here what is the meaning of blood-borne microorganisms? Okay, disease-causing microorganism. Maybe it is present in the blood means that is called blood-borne microorganisms. Okay, spleen also has a large reservoir of erythrocytes. Okay, it is also act as a large reservoir of erythrocytes. Here what is the meaning of erythrocytes? Erythrocytes means RBC cells. Okay, red blood corpuscle cells are called erythrocytes. Okay, and the next one is lymph nodes. Okay, these are small solid structures located at different points along the lymphatic system. Okay, where the lymphatic systems are present, all the places lymph nodes also present. What is the function of lymph nodes? Trap the microorganisms or other antigens that enter the lymph and tissue fluid. Okay, it can trap the microorganisms or other antigens. Okay, antigens means already you know foreign molecules are called antigens. It can enter the lymph and tissue fluid. And the second one, the trapped antigens in the lymph nodes are responsible for the activation of lymphocytes. Here, which one is responsible for the activation of lymphocytes? The trapped antigens, which means the trapped foreign molecules are responsible for the activation of lymph nodes. Okay, and the final one is MALT. What is the full name of MALT? Mucosa associated lymphoid tissue. Once again, what is the full name of MALT? Mucosa associated lymphoid tissue. Okay, it is located within the lining of major tracts in the body like respiratory, digestive, urinogenital tracts. Okay, mainly where it is present, where the mucous membrane is present, that place the MALT is present. For example, respiratory tract, digestive tract and urinogenital tracts. Okay, once again, what are the examples? Respiratory tract, digestive tract, urinogenital tract. Okay, it constitutes about 50% of the lymphoid tissue in human body. Okay, 50% of the MALT tissues are present in our body. Okay, students, if you have any doubt, okay, you can ask me anytime. Okay, thank you, students. Have a great day.